Okay, attempt number 2 or 3 of trying to make this. I fucked up in the middle of it, but hello everybody, how's it going? Everybody's having a good afternoon. Today's Wednesday, August 19th, 2026. It's 1 p.m. and I just wanted to make this second video for my YouTube, that way I could post on my blog series on digital marketing and AI services, that just more insights and tips and just a better philosophy how this stuff works in business and in real life. But yeah, let's get straight into the second blog that I want to talk about in my series, and it's gonna be called, one second, Creative Block is a Signal, Not a Flaw. Reading your intuition when the work stalls. So let's get straight into this. And then this is a cool little photo I generated with AI, Gemini, prompting it, and style guides and brand kits, all this stuff that I've learned over the time, and it created this, which I thought was cool. It helps with time and speed when it comes to generating photos, I believe, and elements. That's what I use it for. I don't really like it for the video stuff. I haven't really gone deep depth into the video stuff to make higher quality videos. I've just made like mediocre low quality videos that they're cool and like they seem high quality, but my whole thing, a lot of this stuff with AI is just a bad discernment, and you have to know how to tell what's good quality and bad quality. So yeah, that was just something I wanted to touch on, that little generated photo that I thought was, it's cool. It's not the best, it's nothing crazy, but it was just a little cool vibe that I wanted to, that went with the theme of the blog, I felt like. So, you're not lazy, you're blocked for a reason. 3 days now, the Figma file is open. The brief is pinned. The coffee is doing its job on every front except the one that matters. You've positioned the same 3 elements twice. You deleted a heading and retyped it word for word. You opened Twitter, you closed it, and then you felt guilty, opened it up again. And then your mouse, your cursor blink is like it's waiting for someone talented to show up. And I feel like every designer's been there, somebody trying to make something, and then they just get distracted, with their technology phone, or just they don't get the job done. So you start building the case against yourself. I'm not disciplined enough. I lost it. Maybe I never had it. You treat the stall like a verdict on your character instead of doing the one thing that might actually help, asking what the block is trying to tell you. Because creative block isn't a malfunction. It's a message. And the worst thing you can do is shoot the messenger. The inverse of flow isn't failure. It's missing information. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, I don't know how to say his last name, so we're going to call him Mihaly, spent decades studying what he called the flow state. The condition where skill meets challenge at just the right ratio, and the work pours out of you like it always was there, waiting. Time collapses, self-consciousness disappears. The thing practically builds itself. And you should definitely go check out his book. It's a good book about the mind and the human body and how this flow state, like we're saying, time collapses and you're able to create, high quality art or perform at a high level and focus and clarity with effortless ease. So it's definitely interesting, concepts and themes and principles.
Flow is a state of mind or an experience, a state of experience that we feel when we are totally involved in what we're doing. I began to notice how important this feeling is in the arts, for instance, for painters or musicians who, when a painter begins to fill a white canvas, a canvas with nothing on it, and he or she begins to put colors on this canvas and begins to develop a shape, develop a painting that will be important to them and to the public. The artist completely loses track of the time. They don't notice they're hungry, they're tired. They are just sometimes working for days without stopping, and that feeling that then they try to explain it to someone who wasn't involved in the painting, and they explain it as being completely carried away, almost like being in a river and the flow of the water takes them on. The state of mind has the same characteristics.
Creative block frequently lives here. The project you can't start might be asking you to do something you're afraid you're not good enough to pull off. Like making a YouTube video, you think you're not good enough or you're not ready, like me all the time. But it's just like, do it. See, go from there. Just try to help people a few steps behind you. You know, you can help people, get to where you're trying to go and where they want to get to go. Goals and alliance can, goals and priorities can align is where I'm coming from. So people can collaborate and, bring value and prosper and abundance all together, W's all around.
When I say self, then you mustn't think of I, myself, because that is only your empirical self, and that is covered by the term ego.
Ego, yes.
But when it is matter of the self, then it is matter of a personality that is more complete than the ego, because the ego is only consists of what you are conscious of.
Yes, your awareness.
Yeah, what you know to be yourself.
Creative block frequently lives here. The project you can't start might be asking you to do something you're afraid you're not good enough to pull off. The draft you keep editing into oblivion might contain an idea that feels too honest, too exposing to you, too vulnerable. You're not blocked because you have nothing to say. You're blocked because what you have to say carries weight and you're not sure you want to lift. And you got to stand behind what you say. You got to have some balls. You got to have some huevos. You got to be, willing to have some bravery and courage and willing to deal with the sacrifices, consequences, and the risk and tolerance, the pain, and all this stuff. If you really believe in things you really believe. Because if not, then why do you believe in them? You don't really believe in them things. You're not willing to act on those things. That's the whole point of this stuff about beliefs. Like, why are you believing in these things if you're not even somebody that will go and do it? I don't know. This is the hardest lens to look through and the most productive. Ask yourself, what is the project I'm avoiding? What would I make if I knew nobody else would judge it or see it? Like at the end of the day, you gotta like it, and that's why you can't worry about what people say or do. Like that's why you want to help everybody get to where they want to go and do what they want to do, achieve what they want. But like we're saying, you gotta not worry about what people care about, say about you or do about you, because if not, that's gonna affect you and your income and where you get, because you're always worried about how certain people feel and do. Like, nah, man. This is the hardest lens to look through and the most productive. Ask yourself, what part of this project am I avoiding? What would I make if I knew nobody would judge it? The gap between those two answers is your shadow material. And almost always, the breakthrough lives inside of it to help you grow. The gap to get to where you want to be. Number 3, the system. Fix the environment the work lives in. Sometimes the block isn't psychological, it's structural. And this is where I've been gaining a sharper vocabulary through the IBM UI and UX designer certificate coursework that I'm taking currently at this moment. Design process teaches you something that creative world often resists. Constraints aren't the enemy of creativity. Ambiguity is. 3 systematic fixes that dissolve block more often than any mindset hack. Number 1, brief clarity. If you can't state it in one sentence, what the piece is supposed to do, the block isn't yours. It belongs to the brief. Go back, clarify it, get alignment before you get clever, and narrow it down. Try to get it down to one sentence. Number 2, decision batching. Creative work stalls when you're making strategic and executional decisions simultaneously. It's impossible. You have to work one step at a time, baby steps. And you gotta know how to organize and time block, because that makes it systematic and easier for you. Separate them. Decide what you're building in one session. Decide how you're building it in another. Mixing them is how you end up staring at the screen for 3 days, rearranging the same 3 elements. Procrastinating, just never getting things done. Scope boundaries. Number 3, The project isn't too hard, it's too big. Cut it down, ship the smaller version. You can expand later. You cannot expand from zero. So it's better to start from something than nothing. And it's better to even 1%, if that's all it is, then iterate from that, then nothing. Think about it. Check signal first, then self, then system. In my experience, most blocks that feel like existential crisis are actually system problems wearing shadow costumes. What stalling has taught me and one designer who almost quit.
組み立っていくもんじゃないんですよ。脳みその蓋が開くんで、脳みそのなんかわけのわかんないところのなんかこうぐにゃぐにゃの中からね出てくるもんなんですよ。脳みそってその一番元になる原始的な部分はね、その八割時代から持ってる部分はものすごく攻撃性もあるから、そのままこう人間の生活するにはね、それコントロールしなきゃいけないんです。だからおかしくならないと蓋開かないんですよ、脳みその奥の方の蓋は。そうすると日常生活に戻るには非常にややこしいことになるんですよ。大抵のことはどうでもよくなるんですよ。あ、燃えてる。
There's a well-known story about Hayao Miyazaki production's process at Studio Ghibli. He would frequently stop mid-production, sometimes for weeks, when a film's emotional core didn't feel right to him. His team found it maddening, but Miyazaki wasn't blocked in the way his producers feared. He was listening. He refused to animate a past line. The stalls weren't breakdowns, they were quality controls. Almost every pause produced a directional shift that made the final film better. On a much less legendary scale, I've lived this. There was a brand strategy project last year where I almost stalled for almost a week. I had the research, I had the positioning framework roughed out, but every time I sat down to write the narrative, nothing came. And I still have moments like that to this day, like even recently, where it's just like, you get blocks, man. Like, that's why you gotta dig deep and find passion in what you love, because that's how you're gonna really know if you take that stuff seriously and you wanna, you really find some way in expressing yourself in the world with it. And I had the positioning framework roughed out, but every time I sat down to write the narrative, nothing came. I did the signal exercise I described above, and then on the 5th line I wrote, I think I'm stuck because I actually don't believe this brand should go in this direction, and I'm afraid to say that out loud. And that was it. That was the whole block. At one honest conversation with the client later, we pivoted the strategy. The new version wrote itself in 2 days. And that's why sometimes you gotta look at yourself in the mirror and you gotta have the hard talk. Like, is this working? Is this sustainable? Is this profitable? Is this valuable? Not because I'm fucking cheap and I'm broke. Like, that has nothing to do with it. Like, it's just like, this is how society and the world works. And it's not unfortunate, it's a gift, it's a beauty. It's like, we can use this to help people, teach people, and educate people. Knowledge is power. So Mihaly research supports this pattern. When he mapped the conditions that perceived flow, one that kept surfacing was intrinsic motivation, the sense that the work matters to the person doing it. Remove that and no amount of discipline or motive or technique will compensate. The block isn't a wall, it's a compass pointing at the misalignment. Find out what your block is actually protecting. If this piece hits a nerve, that's the signal working. Most creative blocks are guarding something: an avoided truth, an unclear direction, an identity you've outgrown, an emotion you're not trying to deal with, whatever it is. The shadow to strength assessment is a guided self-diagnostic I put together to help you map what's underneath your resistance and turn it into the raw material for your best work. It's free and it takes about 15 minutes to answer all the questions, and it's all built under the same signal self system framework from this blog and this post. So it's here on the blog to download and to check out the worksheet. And you can also check out, there's a blog from earlier this season that I dropped that is there called Shadow to Strength, in regards to the assessment and the worksheet and breaking it down a little bit better. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the content. If there's any questions or concerns or something I missed that you guys want to point out, definitely leave it in the comments below and let me know. That way we can continue to grow and optimize the channel. And trust me, I'll take the feedback and use it as constructive criticism if it's universally objective. So at the end of the day, don't come in here with some crazy energy and some crazy stuff telling me how to do my stuff, please. But and not that it's happened, but it's just like, it's just funny, at the end of the day. It's all love. I'm a love maxer, so I want the best for everybody. And hey man, I hope everybody has a beautiful day. With that being said, take care.